Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday version of Damian's Advocate. I am Damian. That's the Advocate, Coach Sarah. You can find us on multiple streaming platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. What else? Twitch. We are literally all over the place. I don't know what Sarah is doing right now. She's voting. It looks really awkward. But you can find the podcast version of this show as well as my solo endeavors at Damian G Show at anchor.fm or other streaming sites. So, Sarah, we got that out of the way. You got your voguing out of the way.
Yeah.
So, for this edition, I came across a video by a YouTuber who you may or may not like, depending on the message. And he said, in his own opinion, that men and women cannot be friends unless the friendship benefits the woman somehow. And I want your opinion on this because it actually, the reasons being given made a little bit of sense.
No.
Of course you were going to say no.
Yes, there's a lot of reasons.
Give me the reasons why men and women can.
So here's my question. Aren't all friendships usually because people get benefits from them?
Yes.
All friendships? Why is it only just the women's benefiting from it?
Well, I think they were talking about friendships between men and women only.
Okay. We can go that route. You and I are friends. And what am I getting from it? What did you say I was getting from it?
You get the thing we make fun of all the time, which is validation that you are a good person.
Yes, but I could get that.
And I am also your confidant, so that also is beside the point.
Yeah, I don't trust anyone. So I trust very little people, and you're one of them.
Yes.
So yes, there's that. But why is it just men are the same way? If they were to have friends with men or friends with women, it's because they're getting something from it. All relationships are getting something from one another, and when it's healthy, usually it should be, when it's healthy, it's back and forth, give and give and give to each other. So I don't understand why you can't be friends unless a female is actively taking from a man. That's all these YouTubers, like, women are just out to take from men. That's what they do, is just take. They don't give. And that's not true. That's not true.
John is already up to it, and he hit the nail on the Damianistic head. He says if they are ugly, they can be. Other than that, men and women cannot be friends.
I feel some sort of way about that comment.
Is it because you think you are the ugly one in this friendship?
Am I ugly in this friendship?
I don't think so, but hey, according to John, maybe.
Yeah, thanks, John. What?
Maybe I'm the ugly one, according to John. Who knows?
No, I don't know. Anyways, a lot of these YouTubers are just so angry and so hurt at men that literally it doesn't matter what women do, they're wrong. And they're just trying to manipulate and take from men, which is not true, because I'm definitely not out there trying to take from men. That's silly. Because
really?
You could be on the flip side. You could flip it around and say all men are just trash. They're just out there just trying to fuck women. Like, that's all they do is just try to fuck women, and they don't really care, and they're worthless. But there's two sides of this coin. Then no, this is like taking something really small and making more of it than there actually is.
What do you mean by that?
Because friendships are friendships. Like, you and I have a great, healthy friendship, and it's not. I'm not taking from you in any way. I'm not. That doesn't make sense. I'm not sitting here. Oh, we're only friends because I'm benefiting from our friendship, which I don't completely understand. Like, I get the validation and like, hey, you're a good person, but that's most friendships. That's what friendships kind of are. Is like, hey, you're a good person. Like, you treat me like a female friend would, is like, call me out of my bullshit, but also validate who I am or remind me who I am, and a confidant. That's just a friend in general. That doesn't have anything to do with gender, in my opinion.
Well, John says it's true because if there's any attraction, it throws off a monkey wrench into the whole damn thing. And you know what? I'm gonna be real here.
Oh, great.
He's actually right.
I don't want to hear it.
He's right.
Well,
look, lady, you and I have had enough people tell us that they think we're dating and all this other stuff. So
yeah.
it's out of hand at this point. But okay, John says you go out, you drink, dance, etc. Bang, not the energy drink. I'm assuming he means sex, and then it is over.
Last night we did the first two. I did way too much of the first two last night. Drinking.
And I actually danced. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I danced. I don't know. Oh my God. What happened last night? I don't.
Do you
dance.
not know what happened last night?
No, I know what happens, but I don't understand it. I don't.
Oh,
dance
I see.
Ever. I don't dance. I don't do it. I don't do it.
John is speechless. He is speechless.
Why is
that you danced? Because you said you had no rhythm all night, and yet you got up to dance.
I don't know what happened. I blame Jameson. That's not my normal drink.
Oh, look, John wants to know, how was the date?
Oh, it was good.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was fun. We just hung out around the square. I don't want to get...
Because you know why you don't want to get into it? Because it's going to feed right into... It's going to feed right into what we talk about. It is you benefiting from a man's generosity.
Listen. One, he demanded it. Meal is on me. That was clear before we even went to the restaurant.
Uh-huh.
Two, what? Go ahead. Okay, this is just gonna go straight into my questions I had with you. Because I'm confused.
We still have to finish this topic first.
Yes, we will. We'll get on that. My date was great. It was fun. We hung out, had a good time, good conversation. There's probably going to be a second date.
Right. Good. Congrats.
Yeah. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. But he paid for the date, right?
He did pay for the date. We'll get into this in a minute, okay? He did pay for the date. Okay. It wasn't like I wasn't willing. I was willing to pay for my own meal and my record, but I didn't. Okay.
You mean the gift
that you were a friendship. It's not a friendship.
The gift that he brought you on a first date. He bought you a gift.
Yes, he did. I was just listening to my gift.
Uh-huh. You could have said no.
I did say no at first. I did. I was like, no, I'm good. You really don't have to give me anything. Don't be lame and pick out one. All right. Yes.
And what did you do? You acquiesced. Sarah likes being told what to do, y'all. That's secretly what this is about. She secretly likes being told what to do.
But listen, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I get
which is another follow-up question that I have.
Mm-hmm.
You know how sometimes you're a pain in the buttocks to my species, to my gender?
How am I a pain in the buttocks to your species and gender?
Right now, like being disagreeable for one. That's the first thing. But does it matter how attractive the man is in order for you to acquiesce to their desires and wishes?
I gotta think on that for a second. It actually does depend on the man. If they are attractive, I'm weak.
Soft.
My date was very attractive. Okay. The other thing was sometimes safety comes into play, and I have to think about like if I'm going to submit or not. Because sometimes I'm just not backing down. Like especially like behind the bar when I'm working. I ain't gonna back down because I know I have people behind backing me up, and I'm gonna be fine. Yes, I know. Don't
weak. It's not me. It's the listener saying you're weak.
You already called me weak. All right. Anyways, yes. There's a lot of things in the play. Please listen, men. A pretty woman walks in. Men get dumb too. Okay.
Derek says, I'd rather be a hypocrite than be the same person forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know Keep going.
I don't like this stream, okay?
Because you. That's why.
Anyways, I was willing to pay for my date.
I know you were.
So what am I supposed to do in that situation? Be unagreeable
No,
and unpleasant?
I'm not. No, I am not saying you should or you shouldn't have. I'm just noticing that he said, "I got this," and you immediately put the pocketbook down.
But
without much of a haggle.
It wasn't much of a hassle. It was when it came to the gift, it was a hassle. It was like a no, get something. I don't know, I'm good. No, get something. That one was a hassle. Okay, the food wasn't. And you have to understand. God, you have to understand. A lot of men, especially down south, very much still believe in the traditional man pays. Very much. And it's almost offensive if a woman is like, no, I got it. Like you can offend someone as a woman.
Ladies, if you are watching this stream, if you are listening to the podcast version of this later, you can take me out on a date anytime you want. I do not mind it. I am not against it. In fact, that'll score you more bonus points if you do that, to be honest.
Oh, really? Why?
Mm-hmm. Why? Because it shows that she is not trying to be a traditionalist with the whole, no, he's always got to pay for me.
Oh, so so it's only okay when you benefit then, huh?
I'm sorry?
Mm-hmm.
No, what was that question?
So I said, so it's okay if you're benefiting, right?
No, because it will be reciprocal. See, I will reciprocate.
And let me be clear before I say this. I plan on reciprocating and paying next time. Like I want to, and I will make that clear. Like it's not just a you pay for everything. I'm not. No, if we're gonna work and there's a chance of a relationship, it's a team effort always.
Sarah,
what?
You know why I'm doing this, right?
Because you're an a-hole.
Yes, but besides that, I'm doing it because I know you're gonna reciprocate. I know he's gonna reciprocate if he wants to go anywhere with you. That's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to make sure that you are not sliding into that kind of mindset that you and I talk about on a regular and perpetuating stereotypes.
Yeah. No, I agree. Listen,
I would want you to get on me if I did it. I would so want you to get on me if I did it.
Oh, and I would. I would.
That's right, Eugene. Go get that popcorn. Go get that popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I plan
because she gave us all shit last time. LOL.
What did I give you shit about? Anyways, yes, he did pay for the date. Okay. And you have to understand, he's even more traditional because his family is from Africa. Trust me, my adoptive father, if he found out a man did not pay for my first date, he would lose his mind. He would be like, this is a weak man. Okay. So there's just things that come into play. I will have that conversation of like, hey, I got this. I can take care of this. Like that's going to happen. But like, you pick your battles. I'm not going to fight every battle.
That's fine.
So
thank you, Eugene. I am an a-hole, but I am a lovable a-hole.
It's accurate. That's an accurate statement.
Yes.
So where were we?
We were talking about can men or women be friends? And this is case in point. Because if I wasn't a friend to you, number one, I wouldn't be able to sass you and BS you like I do and give you shit. That's number one. Number two, I wouldn't be willing to actually hear your points of view if we weren't friends. If I was a closed-minded individual, I wouldn't want to get to know your opinions on things. Right, wrong, or otherwise. At least I know where you're coming from.
I'm never wrong.
I'm sorry. Did you not, like the other day, tell me how many times I was right, but I don't pat myself on the back too often over those things?
How do you know? Never mind. I'm not going to go down this road. Anyways.
Country road.
And it's going to be stuck in my head now.
You're welcome.
Go, baby. Yeah, very cool. Sorry. I have a 2-year-old interrupting. Where was my train of thought?
That hole over there. Yes.
Yes. So, what is your opinions on can? Because it's weird. You and I
I
are
can
friends.
only be friends with a certain type of woman, without question.
Okay, and then I don't know if I want to ask this question.
Feel free.
Hang on, I have to be prepared for the answer. What kind of woman is that?
One that's not one of these dainty flower types.
Okay, I'll accept that. Yeah, I'm not.
The guy's gal.
Yeah, I have to learn to come to terms that I'm that way.
That's right, Eugene. Got to learn to pick your battles. Don't feel a check battle being one of them. He doesn't feel that the check battle is one of those battles you should fight.
Yeah, it wasn't one. He let before we went on the date, like he texted me, "Hey, we're gonna get ramen. It is on me." Like made it clear. Like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To be fair and to be forthcoming, people, they know each other before this. It wasn't as if they swiped right on one another and had a random meetup through Bumble or whatever. No. They actually know each other. So
we met organically. He actually asked Damian to ask for my phone number. So
he asked me if he could get her phone number, and I'm like, dude, what are we, 12? Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Anyways, it was cute. Speaking of cute, because I want to ask you this question.
Oh, we're transitioning already? Great. Okay, so before we do that, I need to ask you one more important question.
Okay.
Beside, will there be a second date? Right? Cool. We already discovered that. So let me ask you, let me reverse it. What kind of guys can you be friends with, since you think that men and women can be friends, effectively friends?
I don't know what kind of. I'm friends with a lot. I tend to be friends with guys more than I am with women, honestly. So, like, what type? I don't know. I've never really met a type. Now, I would. I have to think about this. I would say I would have a hard time being friends with a man I'm attracted to, but I'm pretty good at like separating that out. I actually am really good at being like, all right, you're attractive, but this isn't going to go anywhere. I'm not going to waste my emotions on it. Time to move on. And I could still be friends with them. Like me and my ex-husband are good friends. Like we still like argue like cats and dogs sometimes. We're still good friends. Like when it comes,
you're also raising children. That's different.
And we're raising children together. It's not just we're friends just in case we have kids. Honestly, we probably wouldn't be friends if we didn't have kids together.
Well,
that friendship would have ended a long time ago. But yeah, we have to get along. But yeah, like I don't know if there's a type for me at least. And I know this is a blanket statement, like, oh, men and women can't be friends because X, Y, and Z. But every person's different. I'm not the
friendships. For a long time, my view on friendships was such, and it was two people who are gaining a mutually beneficial anything out of a situation for as long as they can until they are no longer needed.
Oh.
That used to be my view on friendship for a long
time. A little bit. Yeah.
So what?
I said that almost hurts for a little bit. The no longer needed. The idea of not being needed scared me for a second. Go ahead.
Well, but that was my thought process on friendships, male, female friendships, same-sex friendships. That's how I looked at it for a long time. But I know for a fact that there are some people back in New York that will always have my back, rain, shine, or otherwise, and they know that about myself, and people here as well. Mm-hmm. That know, like people like you, people like Chris, my friend Eric, Game Tracks.
Yeah, Game Tracks is definitely,
he's a good egg. Yes,
he's already on my list of people to hurt people for.
Right. And if anyone missed that episode talking to our friend Game Tracks, it's over actually on my Twitch. So it's Damian G on Twitch, and go find Damian G Show on Twitch and go find that. And you can see the interview we did with our friend Game Tracks, who is a pro streamer and talks about trying to date while being a pro gamer and pro streamer. So that was all a pretty fun conversation.
It's one of the best people we know. So.
I know you wanted to ask me some questions, because this comes from my episode earlier today that I dropped the Damian G Show, a solo quick hit where I was talking about an anniversary of sorts, thanks to Facebook. It was the anniversary of one of the worst, heart-crushing moments of my life, and is when my graduate school girlfriend and I officially stopped being in each other's lives. So if you want to check that out, please feel free, like, download, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yes, do it. So I have a question, because in this podcast you talk about she was hungover after a birthday party, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you go over there to take care of her, and you're like, I was stupid like that.
Stupid.
Okay. I want to know what the difference is between actually legitimately, like if I were to be super sick, you would be helpful and make sure I was okay. But
Yes.
you're not being a simp. So what's the difference between someone being caring, like actually caring, and being, oh, that was stupid, how dare you kind of thing?
Because I know you would reciprocate if the tables were turned.
Okay. And she wouldn't. Clearly.
And if you listen to the whole thing, clearly she would not have reciprocated.
So, but can you really beat yourself up for that? Because did you feel that she would have reciprocated? Because sometimes we don't know until we don't know.
Look, I'm not going to give too much away because I want people to actually listen to it, but I pretty much talk about how I felt I was used to be the standby guy.
Which is wrong. Okay, I'm going to put this out there because it beyond pisses me off because I continue to fucking see it. You guys, women, men, gods, if you are not interested in your partner, if you're out trying to pick up other men, flirting with other women, flirting with other men while being in a committed relationship, and you don't end things with them, like if you're not happy, move on. Don't keep them on the hook for your own validation as, oh yeah, I have a boyfriend, I'm pretty fantastic, but no, stop doing that. That is not fair to the other human being. It's not, unless you are saying, hey, we're in an open relationship, right? Cool. That's a different conversation. But if you have agreed on monogamy, if you've had issues in the past, like with, I don't know, cheating, and that being an issue, clearly monogamy is important. Why are you going out causing problems? Men, women, stop it. Just fucking stop. Okay? All right, I'm done.
You good?
God.
Are you good?
No, I'm not. I'm so mad about it. Okay, but we can move on. Okay? Because listen, there's some hoes in this house and it's a problem. Not in my house.
I was going to say, physically in your house?
Me, so no. And me and my children, so no. But as a person who has been on the other side of, who has been cheated on, that is not fair to that person. That is not fair. Especially if they're like trusted you again and like, hey, let's work through this. Okay, you made a mistake. Like, let's work through this. That's not fair. That's not fair. Be better humans. Okay, all right. I'm done because I've just saw enough of it this past few weeks, and I'm just okay. I work as a bartender, so I see all of it all the time. I'm tired.
What other questions do you have before you start going down the rabbit hole?
Oh, what question did I ask you? I don't know where that came from.
You asked me, what's the difference between me doing it for her, knowing I'm a backup Billy, versus doing it for you?
I want to know what is wrong. You have opinions about this.
I'm sure I do.
I know you do. What do you have against flirty text messages or cute little cutesy things?
Oh, this is about yesterday. Okay. Here, first and foremost, all the content we watch, all the stuff we talk about men doing too much too soon. We talk about women doing too much too soon. Right? After one date, mofos are writing damn soliloquies to profess their adoration about the first date that happened. Remember Ted from How I Met Your Mother? Where he
Yes.
told Sherbatsky he was in love with her after date number 1 or in the midst of date number 1? Right. So after all that,
And okay, yes.
you've even told me you don't want men being extra when they
Yes.
communicate with you.
Yes.
But I go back to my original question to you when this podcast started. Is there leeway depending on how attractive the man is?
Okay.
It's a yes or no question.
Is there leeway? If you're attracted to that person, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. In other words, we're gonna, and I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm trying to get you to not hide behind M's and R's here.
It's not just physical attraction though. So I want to know like what the problem is with saying like, hey, I had a lot of fun. Can't wait to see you again.
Nope.
And it really cheesy. Some people are cheesy. Huh?
Tipped his hand.
Why?
Okay, I'm sorry. If an ugly dude sent you that, would you be as receptive as you were because the attractive man sent you that?
Okay, attraction as in it's more because here you have to understand this point from me is people if they have a great personality become way more attractive to me.
I'm well aware.
Way more attractive. And if the first date if didn't go well and I wasn't attracted, I would be like, that would be a problem. I'd be like, no, listen, you're wanting more from this than I'm wanting. Bye. But first date goes well, there's attraction there, and they say, I can't wait to see you again. Well, of course it's going to be received better. Because I'm not here to play games. I don't want to play the games of playing hard to get and the push the pull. Like that's the whole point. I don't want to play games.
All I'm saying is that if you didn't find the man attractive and it was random Joe Schmo who the first date, you'd have a problem with it. So there is leeway, just like we talk about the hot crazy scale. We allow crazy depending on how hot or attractive a person is. It is ridiculous, but it's true.
Yeah, it is true. And everyone does it.
Personally, thought it was a little clingy.
Oh,
thought it was a little clingy. Yes.
Okay, but
because you're leaving out something, and I don't feel comfortable saying that to the audience, but you're leaving out something from the text message. And when you showed it to me, I immediately told you, really? Really?
Okay, I know, I understand you seeing it as clingy. I get that. But you also have to understand we've hardly talked at all since that first date. Does that make sense?
Because you're two adults and you're busy. I get that. I'm not poo-pooing that.
Okay. So to me, it wasn't clingy. It was just like a silly way to say, I can't wait to see you again.
Because it benefited you for one. And for two, it came in an attractive package.
Yeah.
I rest my case.
It's not really. It's not really. Not really. What?
Okay.
Like, if the cards were reversed. I don't know what's happening with my hair here.
Are you trying to pull your hair out on air? I don't understand what's happening.
I don't know what happened. I don't know. Like, if it was a woman you went on a first date with, and I know you because you don't like the text messages, like you don't text back and forth. I'm aware of this. And you went on this really great first date, and you're like, yeah, I'd like to see you again. And it's not like you talk at all. All of a sudden she's like, man, I really missed, I had a lot of fun. Like I can't wait to like meet up again and have all this fun in a corny way. You would and she was hot.
You know what I would do if she sent me those kinds of text messages in the same time span?
Yeah.
That you and gentleman in question, there was about maybe 4 or 5 days in between talking.
Let's see. Hang on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if one of the first things she told me was, hey, had a good time with you, would love to see you again, I'd say, sure. When do you want to get together?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's it. Quick. I'd set up a date right then and there.
Well, that's what happened after that.
Okay. But I'm not going to do the back and forth. I'm not going to say, oh, I had such a great time with you. I'm not going to expound upon all this lovey-dovey crap. No.
Okay. Is that because you're anti-lovey-dovey? I have no friends.
Jonathan, you do have friends. Stop that.
Listen here, sir. There's 2 right here on this stream. All right. But that's just not you. Some people are more poetic. I don't know. I mean,
Poetic
I'm
is
not
the word
really
we're using
big.
here. Poetic.
It wasn't poetic. I don't know. Like some people just express their feelings in a different way. And are we going to
Maybe.
poo-poo that?
I'm not knocking other people's ways of doing things. You're saying for me.
No, I don't know for you, but like I'm saying, like you were judging me about being like
We're not at free play right now, so that's why.
We're going to later. Do you want to stop there? We'll deal with this later. Yeah. Anyways, ADD. You were judging
Thank you.
me.
Finally, someone who knows me. D is definitely not like that.
Yeah.
And Mariella has known me for over a decade.
I know he's not like that. My thing is, he was judging me for finding a message cute. That was not. It was
I wasn't judging the message. I wasn't judging you for finding the message cute. I was making a commentary that you were steering into the skid of because he's attractive, you accept it. If it came from Melvin next door, you wouldn't have liked it.
Melvin next door.
TMZ, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead. If it was Melvin next door, you wouldn't have responded as positively. I guarantee you.
No, and no person would. And it's not just because I've been. I mean, the men would respond positively as well.
If I like someone, I tell them. I don't need to hit them with the minstrel words of song and dance. None of that.
I know you don't. You don't have to. That's not you. I'm just saying, we're gonna poo-poo on people that do. Who do the song and dance because they're more theatrical.
Yeah, Mariella, basically he was saying that he was looking forward to going back on a second date with her, but in a dorky, quirky way that apparently tickled her pickle.
It was cute. Okay, because we're both dorks. Like
I'm aware.
Both... It was cute. All right.
Well, and we'll leave it at that. You thought it was cute. I thought it was womp womp, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
What was your other questions?
That was it. Like what are we gonna poo-poo because I know we sit here and judge people. It's one thing to sit here and be like, yeah, that's stupid, that's cheesy. But then when you're dealing with it head on, it's like it's different.
Do you want to know why Damian doesn't do that stuff anymore?
Yeah, why?
You want to know? Go tune into this week's Damian G show, the one I dropped this morning, and then you'll find out why Damian doesn't do these things anymore.
See, is it because you have a motive behind it?
No.
Then what's wrong with expressing yourself in that way?
When I feel it, I say it.
Okay.
And it's very rare where I feel it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. When you feel it, you say it. That's
but not in some overt, over the top, with the violins playing in the background and French horns blasting. None of that.
You don't want the blue French horn?
Nah, man, because Ted was doing too much. Ted was doing too much. He had Victoria, who I thought was hotter, FYI. He could have just said, yep, I'm going to get with this girl. And yes, all this nonsense. And then the mother dies, spoilers. Mother dies in season 9 after being introduced for 20 minutes. And then what happens at the end of the gosh darn show? Ted gets with Robin. Yeah, exactly. The same girl he said he was in love with during the first date after his wife dies 6 years later, admittedly. But how did they navigate that? Knowing he still had feelings for her, he married another woman. She married his best friend, but they still had feelings for each other?
Yeah.
Womp, womp. Yeah. And those are real people. These are things like, I know it's a show.
That happens.
These are things that happen to real people.
For real, that legit happens. No, I know. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm navigating this, and clearly you guys are getting to come along for the journey of all of this, because I don't know what is happening because I don't do this.
Which
AKA,
this is an educational thing for the both of us. I'm
Mhm.
navigating this just like you are.
Yeah. Very differently. We're navigating it very differently.
I am navigating this very differently, but because I'm honest, I say I do not want to be in a relationship right this minute.
I am honest. I'm honest. I
And if
do
they
want to
still
be
want
in
to
a
talk to me,
relationship. Huh?
cool. If
Yeah.
they still want to talk to me, cool. If not, cool too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen, I am honest. I know I want a relationship. This very second. No, I'm very slow to get there, but like I'm open to a relationship, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We are navigating this very differently. Part of it is because male female, it is different, as you like to point out how different it is for this female nature and male
Well,
nature.
here's the thing. But I'm not going to beat that drum. I'm not going to say female versus male nature. I'm speaking strictly for myself as Damian.
Mm-hmm.
I am navigating this dating realm a lot different. Why? Because just because someone's throwing me attention doesn't mean I'm going to give my attention.
That's true. Yeah. But if they were
I
attractive,
don't have the lack mindset.
no, and I don't either. But if they were attractive and they're throwing you attention,
I'm still not going to throw it back like this.
they'll blow kisses to cars passing by.
What? Who the hell does that?
Yo, you, sir, after vodka. Call you on it.
Oh, you remember that? Okay, you're talking
Yes,
about
I
that day
do.
we drove by. Yeah, well, I was wasted.
This
Come
is
on, man.
last night, sir. This is
I
last
did that last night.
Yes.
Oh, my bad.
Last night. Because I was drunk too. I was like, don't do that. I didn't care who heard at that moment. I was like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I was really drunk last night. Guys, I'm a little hungover today, just FYI.
By the way, thank you, Mariella. She goes, this is why I always used to ask Damon for advice. You are so straight to the point.
Mm-hmm. No, he is.
Why mince words?
Yeah, that's why I'm friends with him. I appreciate people who are straight to the point, which is also why I appreciated this date. It was very organic and like, hey, this is what I want. Okay. Cool. I'm not going to argue with you. You know what you want. Like, and that was actually something we talked about on the date, about knowing your purpose and knowing who you are and knowing what you want and going after it, which is why I was like, all right, cool. This is a good date. So he's good people.
Good. And I'm glad you had a good first date. I'm looking forward to hearing the details from whenever date number 2 happens. And I'm sure so are the viewers. They're going to be waiting with unabated breath to find out how Sarah's love life turns.
This poor guy who's not even on social media has no idea what is happening. And I feel really bad about talking about it on here. But yeah.
It's all for content.
No. Anyway.
But I can say from what I know of the dude, he seems like a legit dude, everybody. Yeah. So it's not like I think he's some sort of schlub. Maybe it is cultural, to what Sarah's point was, because of where he was born and raised. Whereas where I was born and raised in New York City, we literally push old ladies out of the way. So there's that.
New York is so different. New York is so different. It's so different from the rest of the South. It's so different from it's just an extremely unique place in the world, and I love New York City. But that's why
he doesn't know won't hurt him.
Huh?
What he doesn't know won't hurt him.
I have a hard time as an extremely honest and forward person. I have a hard time not. I don't like to hide things. He does know He does know we have this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't know that this is being discussed at this moment.
That's fair. And I'm sure if he ever finds out about it, he'll say, why y'all talking about me? And I'll say, for content, sir, for content.
I'm sure. Actually, I think he'd be entertained, but he's pretty easy-go-lucky.
I know we have to go soon. So do you have any last minute things you want to get off your chest?
No, I got my main thing off my chest. And I had to I had those questions because I know I was curious because you also talked about like doing sweet things for women, how you were disgusted by it. And I was like, why is that gross? Like I do sweet things for men and it's not like looked upon as like, ew, you're weak. Like I was just curious, like why is doing something sweet just
Okay.
like
Okay, you just brought up a point because of last night. I remember distinctly a man bought a particular woman a drink last night. He bought her hand over fist, a couple of drinks. And what was the first word out of my mouth?
hmm?
Simp.
No, I don't listen, I don't remember
I'll
that part
remind
of
you
it.
off air. I'll
Huh?
remind you off air. I'll
Okay,
remind you off air.
I was dancing my heart out. Like I
Yeah.
just was having a lot of fun.
Also, don't let Sarah fool you. She actually, when she has enough alcohol in her, actually has rhythm.
You should tell my father this. He doesn't believe me.
When she has enough, what'd you have last night? Jameson?
Jameson.
Yeah.
Yo, I've never drank Jameson like that before. That is a Sarah I did not know existed at all.
I
I
knew she was always in there. It just takes the
I
alcohol to move it out.
didn't. Actually, it's funny because I told my ex-husband about my dancing shenanigans. He said, when you're relaxed and comfortable, like that's what you do. I used to just dance around the house nonstop, just when I'm comfortable and when I'm having fun. That's what I do. And Jameson makes me comfortable and not care and just dance around. It was,
You had a good time.
I had a great time. It was fun.
Good. So before we get out of here, I just want to say this whole thing about can men and women be friends?
Yeah.
Yes, but there are caveats to it. If there is mutual attraction, unrequited attraction for one, that's a problem. Because if one likes the other, and then you're using that person as an orbiter, but you have no interest in them, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, but that's on the orbiter. That's on the orbiter. I'm saying that's on them.
Maybe,
It is.
but it's also on the other person to stop using people and dangling them like a puppet.
If you've made it clear that, like, listen, I am not interested. I am not interested. There's one thing of keeping someone on the hook and being like, oh, maybe one day, or like keeping like your interest halfway there. That's keeping them on the hook. If you've made it clear, like, listen, you're not my type, like, it's just not going to work out, and the orbiter is still around, that's on the orbiter. They're still like wanting to, I don't know, that's on the orbiter. That's how I feel.
What the hell are you doing with your hands?
You
are hungover.
Yeah, I'm working this out. Like I'm working out the alcohol from last night. It was a lot of alcohol. I don't know how much I drank. I lost count. James.
But again, I can leave this chat, I can leave this stream by saying, yes, men and women can be friends. I personally can be friends with women, but it needs to be a specific type of woman. Mariella, I knows a person who we used to be friends with, who was a frilly foo-foo kind of girl, and immediately I could not deal with her.
Like the California girl?
Deal with her.
Like you can't have like the California girl be your friend?
No, I can't deal with them spastic type women. I'm good.
I'm good. Like they could be really great people.
Really great. But if you are wait a minute, let me stop you right there. If you are the type of woman who is save me, I ain't saving you. You got 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 feet. They work just fine. Save your damn self.
Just save your damn self. Everybody, save your damn self. Oh my God, save your damn self. All right, there.
There you go. I think that's a good way for us to end the show. Save your damn self. Remember, kids, wear a mask, take showers,
wipe your ass,
wash your entire body,
your legs,
your ass, because some people smelled last night. I'm just going to put that out in the universe. Some of y'all just reeked when y'all walked through the building. But other than that, not you, fool. I'm not talking about you.
I know I was too drunk. Anyways, go ahead.
As always, find me at Damian G Show on all your social media platforms. Coach_Girl Friday for her on Instagram. Damian's Advocate on Instagram, as well as the Damian G Show on all your streaming podcasts And please like, rate, subscribe. This is being streamed right now to both YouTube and Twitch. So look up Damon G Show on all those as well. And remember, without you, there is no us. And yes, men and women can be friends, but
Save your damn self. Save your damn self.
But only if one doesn't like the other. Let's put it that way.
Yes, and save your damn self. Just make it clear.
Save yourselves. Bye.